Alright, should only need a few more loads and then it'll be all sorted. Now unfortunately this slow truck is going to be a problem, but that's okay. Because it doesn't have a loader, it's not actually doing that much to the overall scheme of things. As you saw, the fast truck was still able to get in, get all of its goods, and then get out with no problems. The slow one can already leave. Doesn't need any more than it already has. Why do you keep stopping? Oh, you're stopping because you're done. Yeah, this is something that I thought was going to be a problem. So now this guy is full of fuel, but has nowhere to dump it. So what is he going to do when he gets here? He's just going to still be full of fuel, right? Oh no, he does dump it. Okay, that's fine. Whew. I mean, it's an expense, but it's not as expensive as just dumping stuff normally. Let's send the BPL truck. Yep, he can get into here now, which is good. So we'll be able to go do some more over here. Don't know if we'll find anything, but... Oh, look, another oil place. Fantastisch. Alright, well, let's 204 oil. Gee whiz. Gee whiz, Queensland. Yeah, of course. I wouldn't mind also sort of getting out further this way into Queensland. Actually, it looks like we're already there, aren't we? Surprised we haven't unlocked a quest to unlock Northern Territory. We must have to do that from within South Australia. Okay. So all of that hasn't found any new goods. That doesn't mean that there's not some new goods up here, mind you. You know, over there or something. So we have to just keep traveling north and hoping. Looks like we can travel through here, though. That actually bypasses a lot of the roadworks that we were going to have to do. At least I think it does. Yep, looks like it. Let's go into Cairns. I don't think we'll spot anything in Cairns necessarily. Okay, let's zoom in further in Cairns. Cairns is a big tourist destination. It's basically a big, beautiful beach. Okay. Nothing there, and more planks. I was really hoping we'd find the place to do planks. Okay, maybe over here. No. So we're stuck at a roadworks that requires planks. That's the next part that we need to do to go any further north. Not that necessarily going further north is a good thing, but it might be. So that's something to figure out. We might unlock this shortcut. just for when we go back here. I don't know, it'll take a long time to unlock that shortcut. No, I know what we're going to do. We're going to focus on going all the way back down here. And get into Brisbane proper. Okay. So Brisbane's all down here. Just making sure that we've covered all the roads up to there, because you never know where you can find something. Like I said, I do wish there was some kind of auto-explore, but sometimes the game just isn't that nice. It's fine. Alright. So this is basically the next section we need. There's a whole bunch of roadworks down here, so let's just get down there. Local tourism or more of an international appeal. Little of column A, little of column B when it comes to Cairns. Sorry I missed your message there. It is... I'd say, yeah, a little of both. The further north you go in Queensland, though, the more conservative it is. And it's like that because Australians who get rich go and buy properties in Cairns, so that way they can have, you know, the beautiful, pristine beach sort of lifestyle. So, yeah. But as you can see, Queensland is full of these towns on the water, towns on the water, towns on the water. Although that's mostly farmland, that one. But yeah, Cairns is, like, have a look at this. It's a massive beach. Honestly, you know, like, I think that Queensland likes it because a lot of their beaches, like, look at this beach, right? Wonderful beach, but surrounded by hills. Like, a lot of, I can't show you really, but a lot of Queensland is like this. It's mountainous and hilly. So, yeah, them getting more beachfront is something that they're after, especially when it's easily accessible. Oh yeah, I was going to say, you'd think that they'd have something for this beach, but they do. They've got a tiny little amount of residential stuff going on for whatever this beach is. Here in South Australia we have very beautiful beaches, but they're all, like, really easy to access, so they never got... They are, like, a little bit more expensive to live near, but not hugely so. Okay, let us continue down and figure out how we're going to get into Brisbane. I'm sure one of these will be just fine. Yeah, this one's gravel. 70.5, you say. Okay, sure. Let's grab both of you and go and get some gravel. Yeah, planks are really the next thing that I feel like we need. So I really hope we can find them. Come on, Brisbane, have a thriving plank business. I mean, I doubt it. It's just going to be a whole bunch of towns, most likely. But you never know. Going to focus on the northern aspects first, just to try and... did I find a source for cement? Yeah, so we have a source for cement. The problem is getting to the source of cement. So, oil might have unlocked the source for cement, actually. I didn't think about that. Let me have a look. I'll still come back and obviously finish this. But let me have a look at the... I didn't think to have a look at the source for cement once we found oil. So our source for cement is Wollongong. It needs limestone and sand, but we won't be able to... So here's the thing, right? So this is doubly problematic, cement, which is why I've been sort of ignoring it. So when a town requires a good that a production place also requires, you need to first complete the town before you can supply the production place. So we need to fully complete this town before we can supply this production place. So we are limited to 28 tons of concrete, and that's it. So even if we did find a way to get in here, we're still limited to just 28 tons of concrete until we manage to complete this town, which I don't think we're not at that point yet. So, but yes, the problem was we had roadworks. Actually, we might have just... Let me see. Let me grab you. Yeah, so we can't access that because there's no vehicle access. Partially because of this roadworks here. So we've got this roadworks that requires aluminium. We have this roadworks which requires dynamite. The roadworks that require cement we obviously can't deal with because we need them to get in there. This roadwork is also cement. So then we need to come in the top. And we were limited at the top because of these 4 roadworks. But we have fixed one of those now, which is this oil one. So let us go and get that oil sorted, and then we can go explore down here as well. Thank you for pointing that out, because we might even find new industry here. So also, this one is finished, so we will get you to unlock another shortcut somewhere. Let's unlock this shortcut. Okay, let's go back down into here and have a little bit of a look around. We're pretty much at the top points here. Yeah, we are. Okay, so these were things that we could have, but we've already explored the other side of. Still 4+. What's this over here, and why does it have? Okay, we discovered. There we go. Industry stone fruits. Okay, I don't think we've needed stone fruits, but who knows? Still glad to have found it. And stone fruits, you know, could be one of the things that we need over in Wollongong. So focusing on the outer edges, and then I'll work my way through the center part. Interesting. Stradbroke Island. Okay, cool. Surprised there isn't a bunch of people living out here. I wonder why. Oh, we're finally at a point where there was no vehicle access for a second there. Okay, so there must be some road work that needs doing. Ah, yeah, just some basic gravel stuff. That's not going to be a big deal. Ooh, this one's pretty big. Also gravel, though. Alright, looks like we've done most of the external part now. Yeah, so we can't access that until we do that gravel part. So there could be something in here, potentially. Oh yeah, we've got access to casino when we get in there. Don't worry, I didn't know that there was a place in Australia called Casino either. I'm not entirely surprised, mind you. But... yeah, it's just... as much as I was hoping for something in here industry-wise, it is not very industrial. Okay, so the next thing is going to be to access this casino place. So let us go and do 67.5 tons of gravel, which is easy enough. And while we do that, we can switch back to our other truck, now that we've unlocked this, and continue down this route. Who knows what we'll find here. Okay. And it does look like we've got an access into Wollongong. Which is great. Apart from that whole thing of not being able to actually supply Wollongong with everything we need. And unfortunately, stone fruits wasn't one of them. If stone fruits was one of them, then that'd be really good, because it'd sort of make me feel like this is the next step. But right now it's not. Okay, let us have a look at a couple of other things. We did find a whole bunch of good stuff in Queensland. Like flowers and stuff like that, which will become really important. We had access to a lot of fertilizer and stuff like that, so that's really good as well. We gained wheat. Wheat will be super useful. So that's good. I think we also get cattle somewhere. I don't remember where. I distinctly remember cattle. Okay. Let's see if we have access to casino now. I imagine we do. Still, we'll go and explore this section first, just in case we spot anything new. Okay, we do have access to casino. We don't have access to this side of things, but this place just needs 90 tons of steel. 90 tons of steel is something that we can provide, so let's go and provide it. Okay, South Australian road fix. Complete Bordertown. Bordertown is this one, which is... So this might might be doable. So some of the towns, even though they consume really slowly. Like, we had an issue on the tutorial island where the place consumed really slowly, so it was kind of fine. It took a long time to, of course, provide all the goods to it, but it was fine. We could see this as... I guess what we see this as. We'd see this as like 3,000 for most things and maybe 3,500 for steel. Yeah, this is hard. I don't know if this is where we should be going next. I mean, it should be easy enough to do as long as it doesn't chew through the resources really quickly. If it's a really slow rate of eating, it should be fine. Also, I want to check something, but it's not going to let me check it that side. It's not going to let me... Oh, there we go. I just... Yeah, so this is the reason why I think this might be the way that we're supposed to be going next. The lock is only 84 tons, so the lock is, whatever it turns into, is about the same amount that we're providing up in Queensland. So the question is, do we buy a second train with our money, or do we not? I think what we do is we provide Bordertown with lettuce first. Because I think lettuce will be the thing that it will consume the fastest. So I want to give it 100 tons of lettuce and then see how quickly it consumes it. That'll make my decision for what we do next. Lettuce. The other thing that I kind of want to do is I kind of just want to grab you and just sort of... Okay, so there's a couple of places at Newcastle and Coffs Harbour we haven't explored yet. Ah yes, we have this area, which is what we were just unlocking, so let us finish this exploration first. I was hoping for stuff, but just a whole bunch of towns. Okay, do you have access to here? No vehicle access. What do you need? Stuff that I don't have, stuff that I don't have, stuff that I don't have. Okay, that's not good. What about you? Stuff that I don't have. Interesting. What about you? Stuff that I do have. Okay, let's approach it from the bottom. I'm going to go through here because this is the other area that we don't have access to. And one of them... See, the game kind of does this thing when you're close to a resource node. It does sort of still show you the green thing. So there is a resource node in here. We don't know what it is. But there is a resource node in there. So if we can get that going, it might be good. Let's set the other guy up to do... lettuce. That is your job. My only reason for thinking that maybe this isn't the right way to go yet is that we can't level up our lettuce production. So, but I don't know how fast lettuce is produced. So I'm going to watch lettuce and see how quickly it replenishes itself. I love that this game has these different industries that replenish themselves at different rates and stuff like that. It replenishes itself reasonably quickly. Reasonably quickly. Okay. Let's go see what we can see. Okay, we're blocked by limestone, but that's fine. We've got access to limestone. Just making sure that we've discovered everything we have. Yeah, that's fine. We can unlock limestone. Let's go and do so. Alright. We'll let you produce I'll let you get one more lot of... Oh, that's the other thing. We can fill the station up with the goods that it requires first. And then we can focus on providing them to the town. That's another option. And the good thing about completing these railway towns is that they unlock further storage for the railway. Like we've got that town down south that has 5 more slots of storage. So... Alright, you've almost got 100. That'll do. Let me switch to the train. So that way when I grab this lettuce, it's pretty much only got one place. Go to Border Town, please. And you might as well leave. Okay, as much as I would like to go and deal with the brand new opening of a road, I need to watch this border town thing pretty closely. Yep, that's what I thought. Anytime now. So it's eating that incredibly slowly. So yeah, our goal is to get these things and then start sending them over via train. Cool. This is good. We'll finally get to set up a proper logistics route. And then whilst we're doing that logistics route, we might switch over to the southern island of New Zealand for a little bit. So, okay. We now know our next step, most likely. Depends on what this good is. Port Macquarie does fish. Okay. I haven't seen something locked that requires fish, but it is a good thing to have found. Right, and we don't have access to Coffs Harbour yet. And this requires... Oh, this requires oil? Okay, we can do that. Need to move you away so that way I can actually click the oil roadworks. Should also sort of have a look if there are any greens nearby that don't have an unlocked good, because that'll tell me that maybe I haven't fully explored an area. No, that's the train one, that's why that's not showing. Tons of places. Okay. Good old ketchup. Beautiful. Oh, what's Ballarat? Oh, there you go. Cattle. But I don't think we have sorghum. Oh, we do have sorghum. Beautiful. Okay, but sorghum is a town that's currently locked behind gravel, fertilizer, and clothing, but one of clothing is textiles. Textiles is locked by... well, textile's not locked, but it needs both cotton and woolen yarn. And woolen yarn is completely locked, so we don't have an access that way yet. Okay. Good to know. Let's keep an eye on lettuce and see how it's going. Cool. We're barely using any fertilizer and we're producing tons of lettuce. So that's wonderful. Let's continue exploring up north. Here. Okay, dairy. Fantastic. Outputs milk and fertilizer. We haven't needed milk, but that's okay. Unfortunately, we hit another roadworks that we can't do. So, Coffs Harbour's bananas are currently locked. But I think it's only bananas in here. Like, there's a tiny little bit here that we haven't explored. But I think it's just going to be bananas. So, okay, bananas are locked and maybe eventually we'll need them. But by that point, we'll probably have concrete. So, that's okay. Okay, sorghum and bottles. Have we unlocked bottles yet? I don't think we've unlocked glass, so even if we've unlocked bottles, it's not a big deal. Cool. Okay. So, things that I need to do. We need to level up Mayfield. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab wood and level up Mayfield. We're also going to need to level up... Well, we're going to need to level up all of them, but that's okay. Except for rock, I don't think we need rock. What do we need? We need iron ore. Iron ore, steel, tomatoes, and lettuce. And look, that lettuce still hasn't gone down a single bit. Now, it might not have gone down because maybe there's a minimum, so just to test that, I'm going to go and deliver another... I'm going to go deliver another load of lettuce and see how it goes. Because we've got infinite fertilizer, so it's no big deal if we run low on lettuce. If I started doing this with steel, it would be a problem, but that's okay. Excuse me. Takes so long to load 100 tons. Who would have thought? there is a purple in here. Oh yeah, Wodonga. So this is the place that I have 5 of. So we'll probably set up, we can even do it now really. We want a store for, look at how many goods we've got access to. A store for tomatoes. What's really frustrating is that we have to set up a store for come on, T for tomatoes, Bane. You know how this works. We're going to have to set up a store for steel, but it's going to have to be over here, which is just ridiculous. Okay, we upgraded that industry. Beautiful. That was you. Let's also upgrade this. Thank you. It's going to take you a while, but that's all right. Actually, we're going to need to do this next. Nope. Okay, let's turn off repeat on it then. Give me some iron ore, so this can actually produce steel. So I want it to fill up because we're going to go through all that steel, and there's no way we're going to level up the steel mill at this rate. So yeah, there was something that I'm pondering with the other place. There might be like a minimum that it can go to. So like maybe the first load that we gave was below the minimum, which is why it wasn't consuming. So since I don't know, I figured I would give that a shot. So we're making money on this trip because this is a business and the business requires iron ore, so that's why we get that 3,000 sort of every route that we do. Okay, that'll be the last route that it'll do. So now we switch to doing the steel. Alright, let's go have a look at you. Where are you headed again? All the way over here, and then this way, and then Border Town. Okay, so Border Town, have you started consuming? Oh my gosh, game. Oh, it's probably... No, I'm on... Nope. It just consumes at a glacial pace. Unless the minimum is this little bar here. The minimum might be half. Because there is an additional bar here. Only one way to find out. Okay. I'm going to stop you and stop you from repeating yourself. I'm going to switch you to getting iron ore. But you're going to get iron ore from Broken Hill rather than getting it from my supply there. Because Broken Hill should never run out of iron ore. And that'll be pretty good. Nice. You leveled up. Beautiful, look at that. Needs 3,582. Wonderful. Let's level up this steel as well. I think we can do that, right? Yeah, we can totally do that. There was something I was contemplating and I don't know what it is. My brain sort of had a blank. Ah, I know what it was going to do, but I don't think it needs to. I'll double check to make sure that it doesn't need to. It was, does Broken Hill need a level upgrade? Because we can easily supply wood to this now. I think the answer is no. Yeah, the answer is very much no. Okay, cool. We will eventually upgrade that, of course, but that's fine. So if we were to get a new train with our $1.4 million, I mean, I don't think I would right now. We may have to, but what train would we end up with? Yes, so we'd need to get to 1.5 to get a 5-wagon diesel, which I definitely wouldn't want. I mean, what I'd really want is 2.3 million, which is still significantly far away. The problem is that these vehicles don't sell for much. Like, my 5-wagon diesel train, which, you know, should be, in theory, something like 1.5 million, right? If I sell it, it's going to give me $50,000. Sure, because that's how that works. Basically, the game forces you to not overcapitalize. Yeah, we could get this 200-ton used for 1.2. But that would only deliver 200-ton instead of 100. But, yeah. It's hard to figure out exactly how we should be doing things. Oh, already? It'll take you no time at all to do that. Alright, let's get you to deliver iron ore back to there. So that way the steel mine is refilled. And then we can start figuring out what we're going to do. We'll probably need to fertilizer this place soon enough. You wouldn't know it though. It barely goes through fertilizer as is. Alright. So just keep on letting him go and do that, I suppose. We could also add this vehicle to it and then switch to doing New Zealand stuff. I don't know. How about, for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just unlock a couple of things. See if we can't unlock some... Oh, wrong one. There we go. See if we can't unlock some shortcuts. And get some of these routes down to a better situation. Yeah, a lot of these are just little things in Sydney which aren't going to massively improve the life of anyone, really. Still, we'll get it done. Part of the reason why I think we should switch to doing the southern island of New Zealand is trying to finish New Zealand will probably get us the 2 max game speed level ups. So we could continue to focus here on Australia, but I think we're limited right now. The only other thing we could do is, what is it, complete Bunbury. Yeah, we can't complete Bunbury at all. So that's definitely not the next stop. So I do think that what we're doing right now is the correct next stop in Australia. We did the opening the port of Botany Bay, I suppose, but yeah. So yeah, we get this at 200 businesses, which is only 25 businesses away, probably less than that now. And there's another one that says, here we go, which is by completing 50 towns. Actually, we're probably really close to 50 towns. Probably. We might be able to focus on some Australian towns, perhaps. We'll see about doing that. Now, let me continue with... where is it? Let me continue with wood unlocks. I just want to get all of the unlocks for all of the goods along the routes that we are regularly taking. Like, I know that unlocking those little roads in Sydney aren't a huge deal right now, but it's better to get them done as soon as we can and then not have to worry about them later on. Oh yeah, the good thing is we're getting money from Bordertown every time we do that load as well. Okay, another roadworks complete. Are there any other roadworks up north? There's a small one. There's one over there as well. That one doesn't look like it's a shortcut though. There's other roadworks that are limiting it. And we're up too high there. Alright, let's zoom in on this one. 106 tons. Let's just get it done. We then want to go to the oil field, which is... Oh, there's our cotton field. Where's our oil field? I thought it was here-ish. There it is. Okay. Now, even with the oil field, we're pretty limited. There's a couple of little roads in Sydney again. But the big roads that allow us to go through Sydney just aren't in there. Got this, but I don't think that's much of a shortcut. It would allow us to get to Broken Hill easily enough, I suppose. And then there's a bunch of ones in Melbourne, but we're barely touching Melbourne as it is. There's not exactly a whole bunch of goods in Melbourne that we need to deal with. yeah. The other thing that we can also have a look at is, I don't know why I'm doing this right now. We could deliver 275 there for completing towns. We can also zoom in on these population areas and see if there's any easy to complete towns, like South Penrith. South Penrith is easy enough to complete. And Doonside's not hard either, really. Yeah, because we can unlock another speed increase by doing some of these towns, right? So if we just start focusing on these towns, that might be the next thing that we have to do. Alright. I think this guy's on his last trip. Because yeah, another 2 times. So 2 times speed multiplier is pretty big. That's 50% increase in speed. This business one might be a little bit harder to do because the businesses... actually, we've kind of avoided completing businesses, right? So we could probably do businesses as well while we're here. Okay, that's roadworks complete. Okay, let's go to the oil fields. Let's see about potentially doing stuff here, because this is nice and close. Fortitude Valley needs 40.6. That'll be a single load, because you don't need to 100% it. And Fortitude Valley will probably give us a decent amount of money too. There's a decent population in Fortitude Valley. Yep. There's another one here, North Lakes, that needs 25, so let's do that. Okay. So that's all the oil industry in there. Yes. Sort of zooming out a little bit, having a quick look around. What are you? You are a business. I guess we can do businesses, so it's not that far away. Like, it's not exactly close, but... Okay, let's move down the camera. Start looking at oil further down. Alright, so here, like I said, there's also some roads we could unlock, but I'm not going to go for them just yet. Let's start with this one that just requires 14, and then we'll do the 2 that require multiple loads. By the time we finish this, we'll probably need to give fertilizer to the lettuce plant. And we should hopefully be at the point of being able to check Bordertown's consumption rate and see if I'm doing things the right way or not. Alright. Doonside is next. We are making a decent amount of bank this way. Towns are the way that you make the most amount of money. And it takes so long to get out to the oil field and back. Jesus. Vehicle is busy. It was sitting there that entire time doing nothing. Let's try that again. I was like, this is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. And there's a reason for that, Bane. Good work. Now we need it to fill all the way up to 40, so hopefully it will only need 2 loads. The other one will definitely need 3, but that's okay. Darn it. That had to be close. We won't need to fill up to complete Doonside, but yeah. Doonside's consumption outstripped a double route. Yeah, 20 should be more than enough. Having a look at some of these other towns to see if they have other goods that we could do. But no, doesn't seem like it. Alright, Kensington's next. For a second I thought that was machinery, and I was like, wait, I've had a machinery place this entire time? No. Didn't think I would get that lucky. That is not a town. That's fine. The next thing we'll do is that. It's going to be 3 full loads, so... Now, no doubt there are some places down south that can also do some shenanigans, but I just had a thought. Since you don't require much in the way of I just discovered that we've had clay for a period of time. Yeah. When I discovered clay, I must have completely forgotten that I had discovered clay. Because I've just assumed that we haven't discovered clay. Alright, anyway, I'll have a look at clay shortcuts in a second. I'm going to send my slow truck to provide fertilizer. Because that should be fine.